This is Brandon here with another video on US 30. This is my main strategy when it comes to trading it, and literally the only the only strategy or system that I use to trade US 30 as far as when it comes to trading pop firms and my live accounts. Like, this is literally the same repetitive setup that I take on US 30, whether I'm going long or going short. Since US 30 has been hella bullish in the last week or two, or shit, for a very long time actually, I'm gonna go over the bullish scenarios that I've been taking on US 30 as of late. So, sorry about that. The boxes that you see on the screen currently are basically the 4-hour candles, or 4 hours worth of time, starting from 1 o'clock in New York, and then at 5 o'clock in New York. So this one is from 1 to 5. This one is from 5 to 9. And this one is 9 to 1 o'clock, I believe. So something like that. So when it comes to trading, when it comes to the way I trade US 30 specifically, basically it's super simple. It's very simplistic. It is just a sweep on liquidity, basically. So whenever I see price make a sweep of a previous 4-hour low or something like that, then that's when I start becoming interested in taking longs on US 30, or vice versa. If it makes a sweep up a 4-hour high, I would then look for shorts to the downside. But since US 30 has been so bullish, I've actually just been looking for somebody pointed it out when I told them liquidity sweeps on a 4-hour chart. On a 4-hour span of time, or below 4-hour lows, and then I'm looking to enter the market to the upside. But one of the key components that I want to basically keep, that I want people to keep in mind is when it comes to trading these liquidity sweeps, I normally don't look for them until I guess you could say this last 4-hour candle right here. So when this white box starts forming at 9 o'clock in New York, that's when I'll be interested in taking a trade to the upside or looking for the liquidity sweeps. There are some instances, which was here Friday, the 22nd of December, where price actually swept the 4-hour low here, and it ended up going up higher during New York. But those are what I'm not interested in. To be honest with you, I probably would have missed this trade just because this already did this sweep here. But now that I think about it, I did actually miss this trade since it did it so early. But one thing I'm gonna go over later on in the video, when it happens sometimes on US 30, is at 2 o'clock, between like 2 and 4 o'clock on US 30, it will come back and retest one of these inverted gaps that I'm gonna go over in a second, before going up. And I ended up riding this up for this push and then got out right here before the Asian session could start up. So let's go ahead and go over a few trades I ended up taking on US 30, and let's give it a nice this overview of that. So this one was weird, but I ended up taking this anyway. Let's actually go back and replay it. So like I kept saying, I normally look for sweeps below a previous 4-hour low. This one ended up doing it. If you get this white box out the way, you'll see that right here, it actually violates this low from this previous 4-hour candle. And then you get this nice little breakout to the upside. So once it's really a 2-step process when it comes to trading US 30 for me. And when I'm looking to take a trade on it, there is a liquidity sweep of a 4-hour low. And then there is a break and retest. Right? Ooh, that's nasty work. All right, so what I'm looking for is a liquidity sweep of a 4-hour low, which as you can see happened here, and then I'm looking for a break of retest. What do I mean by a break of retest? I'm not talking about a break and retest of any type of structure or anything else that you might have heard people say that they trade. I specifically focus on fair value gaps. So between the 1 minute and It can actually be the 30-minute, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and anything below that. Preferably, I look for them on the 5-minute chart, and some occasionally the 1-minute chart. But I really put a lot of my focus on the 5-minute and the 15-minute chart when it comes to taking my trades. So, for example, I always look for the fair value gap that rests right at or above the 4-hour low. So if we go ahead and do this here, and we mark this off right here. So as you can see, price swept this 4-hour low, this 4-hour range, and it failed to go lower, and it broke out above a few fair value gaps. But this is the one that we're going to go over right now. So this is the inverted fair value gap. So once price breaks above a inverted fair value gap, once price breaks up above a regular fair value gap, which is here, normally you would think that it will be a short to the downside, but it fails to give you that rejection to go lower to create that new lower low. So what happens is price breaks above that fair value gap after the 4-hour liquidity sweep. And now, as you can see, price starts maintaining this area here. And so what happens is you can get in, you wait for it to do its thing right here. So you can either be on the 1-minute, the 5-minute, 15-minute, but I prefer the 5-minute when it comes to executing my trades. I want to see price break out above this fair value gap, create an inverted fair value, break above this fair value gap, creating an inverted fair value gap. And then we want to see price reject this level down here and print something bullish for me to go ahead and take the trade. So as you can see, we get this bullish print here, and we are then active. So once I get into the trade out at the fair value gap, I'm typically targeting specific levels on the chart, which are in 125-point increments. So if I get in here, I'm probably going to look to get out at probably, let me see, 37,500, 37,625, 37,750, 875. Let's say 875. 875 is pretty excessive. Let's say 750 for right now. So let's just say 750. That's realistically, that's where I would have gotten out at. That's the next 125-point mark. So as you can see, we get to 75 points here after this liquidity sweep, after this break of this fair value gap, creating an inverted fair value gap, and you get that retest to the upside. And that's literally pretty much it. This is literally the only thing that I use when it comes to getting funded and getting paid out consistently on prop firms. I'm gonna go over another example, which is here, which is the same concept. 4-hour low here. This is the 5 to 9 o'clock 4-hour low right here. Price fails to, it breaks through this, let me get this out the way. Price runs through this 4-hour sell side range, fails to stay down below here, and we get a breakout above it. What did I say on that other setup? I use the fair value gap that rests either at or above the immediately at or above the 4 hours sell side range on the 4-hour. So as you can see, this right here is the fair value gap that rests right above that sell side range. So this is where I was interested in taking the trade at. So once price broke above here, came down, basically it ran into the fair value gap, failed to maintain the fair value gap to make it go lower and to create a lower low, and it broke out, came down, retest, got a break and retest here. Let me go get my my words for you. I mean my box for you. So like I said, it's a two-step process. Liquidity sweep of a 4-hour low, which happened here. And then you get the break and retest of a fair value gap. So you break out above this fair value gap, you retest, give you this bullish play right here. And then again, we was interested in taking these longs here. So as you can see, price broke above and went higher into, which like I said, it would be the same concept. So technically, 125-point increments is way down here, but since it's so close, I will be looking for a higher target, which will be 750, which is here. So it'll be 139 points. So that's another bullish example of this play. I can give y'all bearish examples on US30, but we really have not been in a bearish market in quite a long time, so I really can't do that. So basically, I've just been taking longs on US30 every day or every other day. Like I really only been taking probably 2 setups a week in the last like few months, and been doing extremely well with that. But again, I'm gonna give you a quick little recap. It's a very simple process. Liquidity sweep of a 4-hour low, break and retest of a fair value gap that rests right above that sell side range, and you wait for it to print a bullish candle, and then you go long on the 5-minute chart, and you're targeting 125 point increments starting from, let's say, a whole number, or let's say like 33,500, 33,625, 33. 750, 33, 875, and so on, or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions on this very, very simple get funded strategy that I've been using for the last like 2 months, like consistently, like for real, like this literally like no bullshit. Like everything I used to use prior to this, I don't even do it no more. It's just literally just a straight liquidity sweep. Straight fair value gap break and retest, and I'm taking buys off of that and just riding it out to these 125 point increments. That's it. If you have any more questions, hit me up in the comments. Instagram link will be in my bio. It should be in my bio. You can hit me up on Instagram. Send me a DM. Hey man, 2024 is here. This is the video right before 2024. Man, it's like it's really just time to level up. Like if you still struggling, if you still struggling and you don't know what you're doing type shit, like this is the strategy that you need to be using. All it takes is a little bit of confidence in order to, you know what I'm saying, just to get funded, which I'll go over basically the risk parameters in like a next video of like what you should be using for your phase 1, phase 2, and your funded portions of your trading account. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. And this video is already 12 minutes long. So like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, comment below, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping crazy videos going over this, helping everybody get funded, helping everybody get money in 2024, starting in January. And hey, man, look, that's pretty much it.